What are the tax implications on NRIs and resident Indians?
Right. So in our series 1, I had covered the tax. How would an individual be considered as a resident individual, or as a resident and ordinarily a resident, or as an NRI? So today we'll be covering basically the taxability of income of such category of individuals. Broadly speaking, resident individual and ordinarily a resident, any income that is received or accrues in India is said to be taxed in their hands. When it comes to a resident but not ordinarily a resident, and we have explained what is a resident and not ordinarily a resident in our part 1 series, such income which is actually again received or accrues for earning in India, or for example say a business is set up in India but the entire operations are being run outside India. Still, in those cases, the income is taxed in India. The third category is the NRI category, where any income which is only received in India is going to be taxed in India. So it's basically received, accrued, or deemed to be accrued. Now, for example, I'll just make that a little simpler. Say a person has lived in the US for many years, say 10 years, 15 years, and they are coming back to India. And in the first 24 months, their status is RNOR, resident and not ordinarily a resident. In such cases, their 401k in the US will not be taxed in India. They will be taxed only on their income that they accrue or earn in India. In this table, we'll be covering the taxable incomes for resident and ordinarily a resident, resident but not ordinarily a resident, and non-resident. So basically, income which is received or accrued, which are the first two blocks of the table, is fully taxable for resident and ordinarily a resident, resident but not ordinarily a resident, and non-resident. Income that accrues or arises outside India is again taxable for ROR, taxable for RNOR, but not taxable for a non-resident. And basically, income that arises or accrues outside of India from the business which is controlled outside India is taxable for a resident and ordinarily a resident, but not taxable for a resident and not ordinarily a resident or a non-resident of India.